Balabado, ay, bambado. Mami, oh, people calling, ay, children crying. I know you're planning, I know you're grinding, and you're waiting for the time. You're constantly fretting and fussing. I know you really can't bear the grind. Feeling the bleeding, the agony that severely affecting this whole country is now in mayhem and a whole set of misery. Cause the people are now facing serious time, and the youths that devastating them mind. Unemployment stick in the sky, cost of living making us cry, while young men and women just drift to crime. That's why I want our election to come right now to reclaim this country from this turmoil. I want our election to come right now to give back the young people decent jobs. I want our election to come right now to get rid of all this biasness. I want our election to come right now to eradicate this wickedness. Right now, those young people say, right now, they want it today. They can't wait until tomorrow. Right now, right now. Carriacou people say, right now, they want it right away. They can't take no more pain and sorrow. Right now. The children lose hope. Right now, like they're hook on the door. We have to get past the happy to pray for this country. Right now, I tell her you, we want our election right now. Whoa, I people crying, people calling, but they're lamenting, a figure hits hurting, with excruciating pain, the exploitation throughout this nation. Tell me who going to take the blame? For many years, we're sharing those tears, and no one show us that they care. Victimization is their solution. Why public servants now in despair? Everywhere you go throughout this country, you can feel the plight of the people. The whole country now confused with infuriating issues, like them politicians they rarely lose. That's why I want our election to come right now to stop all this victimization. I want our election to come right now so that we can regain this nation. I want our election to come right now to unify promised 400 down. Up to now, they can't even see Judge Brad. When you ain't treat the old people right, you feel ya wouldn't be bright. His white minister look like he full of light. That's why I want our election to come right now to get rid of all those bureaucrats. I want our election to come right now so we can bring back some decent patriots. I want our election to come right now before people start getting heart attack. I want our election to come right now to get rid of this upset thing they call fat. Right now, the whole country dread. Right now, all man lose their head. He want more stability and tranquility. Right now, we waiting patiently. Right now, things just guarantee. So we go get free jersey and plenty money. Right now, Kaisonians does get paid. Right now, with no delay. We don't have to wait to ask another day. Right now. I tell you, we want an election right now.
Every day, cost of living keep on rising. So could someone try and tell me what is happening? Because yet, them politicians keep preaching for the poor ones they are fighting, but not such a thing. Because every day, when I make a pass by the shop, I could see the price keep going up on the poor ones stand. And the wages, like it's mason men that believe, and like no one they can break it, so they condemn me. Because every day, when I make a pass by the shop, I can see the price keep going up on the poor ones stand. And the wages, like it's mason men that believe, and like no one they can break it, so they condemn me. Well, if this is in the interest of the poor ones, I would not like to see it in the interest of the rich ones. Because they is the one I see keep on owning, while the poor ones keep on grunting, suffering and dying. Because every day, when I make a pass by the shop, I could see the price keep going up on the poor ones side. And the wages, like it's mason men that believe, and like no one they can break it, so they condemn me. Because every day, when I make a pass by the shop, I could see the price keep going up on the poor ones side. And the wages, like it's mason men that believe, and like no one they can break it, so they condemn me. Far as I could see, instead of people want of freedom, they only keep on exploiting, abusing and keep them down. Because we have to work so hard to own something, while some men only sit down repeating, laughing and dealing. Because every day, when I make a pass by the shop, I could see the price keep going up on the poor one's side. And the wages, the way Jesus, like it's made some men that believe, and like no one they can break it, so they condemn me to God. Cause I know I see what happening, and yet still man some of my people just behind them are dogs begging. They cannot see how the vampire society keep on sucking we just because of money. Because every day when I make a pass by the shop, I could see the price keep going up on the poor one's land. And the way Jesus, like it's missing men that believe, and like no one they can break it, so they condemn me. Because every day when I make a pass by the shop, I could see the price keep going up on the poor one's farm. And the way Jesus, like it's missing men that believe, and like no one they can break it, so they condemn me. But I do know the time will come when you of yourself will recognize what I am doing towards the poor ones. So I do hope this message will go floating in the air as a natural penetration towards the ears of all the leaders throughout the world, so that they can see the needs of the poor ones. This is something coming from the man of truth, better known as the man African teller. Chanting with the power of Jah Rastafari, Selassie I the first. Hey.
Lose me! Original Madman Zingo there! Jalim son and here on the mountain me, talking about my pride and integrity. It's tried it bubble and I put it back, but they want me disqualified for that. I went on radio, I went on TV, and I gave this nation a public apology. Why don't you check some artist history? You have a lot of them who do worse things than me. They never pay no penalty. I never shoved me hand below children's dress. Oh no, oh no. I never tried to rob liquor children's chest. Oh no, oh no. I never found no school children a job. Oh no, oh no. And halfway before they hold me hand in the lap. Oh no, oh no. I never ever involved in corruption. Oh no, oh no. I never licked myself with no drug baron. Oh no, oh no. I never tried to hold up no gas station. Oh no. And when him never calling the killing of any man, so leave Zingo alone. Lose me! Ah! Original Madman Zingo there! Who tell him? Brother. Soca artists here they say ban me too. Stop talking about Zingo just fly Ligaroo. I wonder why those guys will give me a chance to fly Ligaroo is a very high science. Mano, just because I beat them in the semi, they do and say all those things to discredit me. But guess they tell me what is the problem. They singing before me and I winning come before them. So listen this story. I never shoved me hand below children's dress. Oh no, oh no. I never tried to rob liquor children's chest. Oh no, oh no. I never found no school children a job. Oh no, oh no. And halfway before they hold me hand in the lap. Oh no, oh no. I never ever involved in corruption. Oh no, oh no. I never linked myself with no drug baron. Oh no. try to hold up no gas station. I mean, them never calling the killing of any man. So leave sing go alone. Who goes there? Who do that? Who next? Lose me. So with all this drama in the nation, they never say I offer to sing at number one. Instead of this conspired me, they load up a van and they drove to the ministry. The night and news they blow it up on TV. The next day on JoJo program they say to ban me. The year before artists bust up from an eye. I never hear they call and say to disqualify. So what is the problem? I never shove my hand below children's dress. Oh no, oh no. I never tried to rob like a children test. Oh no, oh no. I never offer no school children a drop. Oh no, oh no. I halfway before they hold me hand in the lap. Oh no, oh no. I never ever involved in corruption. Oh no, oh no. I never know single as no party man. Oh no, oh no. I never tried to hold up no gas station. Oh no, oh no. I mean them never calling the killing of any man. So leave single alone. Lose me. Original man. Oh tell them. I never owe every studio I go. Oh no, oh no. I never owe artists are doing me show. Oh no, oh no. I never said no judge to give me no crumb. Oh no, oh no. I never said no gang to burn nobody else down. Oh no, oh no. I never know single to beat up his wife. Oh no, oh no. I never know me live or be alive. Oh no, oh no. I never, oh no. I never. You want bro? I never know single cause up his mother. Oh no, oh no. I never know single chop up his brother. Oh no, oh no. I never, oh no. I never. Lose me.
And good night to Grenada, Carriacou and Pity Martinique. Once again, it is time for Talking Points. My name's Sheldon Scott. I'll be with you up until the 10 o'clock hour. It's now 17 minutes after the hour of 8 o'clock on the Spice Isle of Grenada. And indeed, it's always wonderful to be here with you on Talking Points, yeah? I do hope all of you have been having a wonderful day today. Zingo! Hope you're having a wonderful night tonight, bro. The madman himself, eh? The original madman.
I have a message to some of the young fellas.
Folks, we are having a problem with WhatsApp tonight. Both WhatsApp numbers are down. I'm not sure what is happening. We've been signed out of both WhatsApp accounts and it's proving a problem for us to get back into them. No, they've not been hacked, but apparently there's a new setting that they've put in place for WhatsApp, so it signed us out and we have been unable to get back in.
Must establish jurisdiction overall.
In fact, I'd have started the program already, but I've been fighting. They're trying to get it to come back on.
Never fail, never fail, never fail.
So I can't receive the messages on the WhatsApp on the 440-7377. I cannot receive the messages. I could receive the ones on the 421-7279, but I cannot receive calls on either. Yeah.
Hey, when your time comes, I hope your heart is strong because you can't outrun forever the long arm of the Lord.
He was trying something there that didn't work either. So we're off from being able to take calls tonight. I don't know what it is. As I said, WhatsApp seems to have a new setting. So what we've been trying to do just isn't working. Been fighting up with it for the last hour.
never live to enjoy one piece.
So again, the numbers haven't been hijacked. I know that for a fact. They haven't been hijacked.
Every man is part of a bigger plan.
But overnight, it seems as though they updated how you use WhatsApp web, and that has knocked us off totally. It's asking us to sign in to Facebook, which has nothing to do with WhatsApp, or we have it set up.
Somebody you did wrong, come back for you.
Back for you, back for you.
99 days for the gangster. 99 days for the gunslinger.
So let's say good night to all of you joining us on the YouTube, the Facebook, those of you joining us via We Noise Radio, We Noise TV.
When you think yourself,
Good night to you, Mr. Handsome. I know he's listening for his name to call tonight, yeah?
you can.
You must give me his proper name, and rather than calling him by a nickname, give me the man proper name, eh?
I'm of the law.
Yeah, give me the man proper name, and we call him by proper name. MJ, good night to you. Hope you're feeling a lot better, eh? Alban Harris, Maud Martin, I see Claude Abraham, Marilyn Ferguson, Agnes Henry, Kathleen Ledlow.
Yeah.
Carib Spice, I see you there as well. Good night. Merle Patrick, Cindy Thomas, Ruth Chitterman, Anna Lewis, Adrian Watts, Shajan John. Good night, Mrs. Watts. And let me see, Phyllis Mitchell, Moko Joseph, Rosalind Jones, Antonito, Jefferson Hagley, Rodney Barry.
And political people should understand.
Folks, remember to hit the like and share button.
Every government is just for a time.
And several of you are not yet subscribed to the page. You need to subscribe.
But in time, power must change.
Subscribing is free. You don't have to pay. Some people feel you have to pay to subscribe. No, you just click subscribe and you subscribe. What it means is that when we go live, you will be able to see that we've gone live. You'll get a notification on your device. It will come up and say Talking Points is now live, or Talking Points has posted a video, etc.
99 days for politricksters. 99 days for the wrongdoers.
Kathleen Knight, Joan Henry, Anastasia Peterson, Gillian Noel, a Savage Gold Queen Matthew, good night to you, Jackie Raymond, Dolores Redhead, yeah.
That day you think you conquer, your sudden fall comes out of nowhere.
Angel Map, good night to you, Bernadette Joseph, Andra Burke, Joyce Lewis.
The long arm of the law.
Michelle Alexander, Janice Mitchell, Enid Dakota.
Hey,
Jocelyn Madison, David Langclus, Dominic Antoine, yeah? Alright, so the proper name is Neelon. Alright, good night, Neelon. Yes, indeed, folks. And folks, today I was looking at some information today that was very interesting, in that I realized that in St. Kitts today, there was a flight that came into St. Kitts today. I'll tell you the exact flight. Let me pull the information here. I'll tell you the exact flight that came into St. Kitts today. And that is a flight by, and let me see. Yeah, Global X. And the flight was flight G66184. That is the number of the flight that went into St. Kitts today. And I'll tell you why that is important. That is important because that flight brought the first set of deportees from the United States who are not Kittitian to St. Kitts. The same thing that Grenada has signed a memorandum of understanding to do. That flight came in at 12:45 into St. Kitts today. It left the Dominican Republic. It came from the US to the Dominican Republic and down to St. Kitts, and they dropped off Jamaicans as well as Belizeans. So non-Kittitians who were deported by the United States to St. Kitts today. Now remember, our Prime Minister has said that Grenada is working along with the other OECS territories in a unified approach to this particular issue of accepting the deportees from the United States. There are several other, Shema Jeremiah, I'll get to that in a while. There are several other issues surrounding this thing as well. Yeah, because remember, we have the issues of when these people arrive here in Grenada, and it's the same issues that are being asked about in St. Kitts. Where are they staying? Now, the authorities in St. Kitts, those that have spoken, have said that the individuals that were sent there would be treated the same as any other CARICOM citizen. That is one thing. But where are they going to stay? Who is going to pay for where they're staying? Because it's not like they're there for 6 weeks. It's not like they're there for a vacation. These individuals, that is home to them now. They have been sent from the United States to St. Kitts. And we know that Grenada, before all the other countries in the Caribbean, were asked to do the exact same thing, to take some of these people into our territory. In fact, that came the January, February, right after the latest US President, Donald Trump, was sworn in. That Grenada was asked, would you be willing to take some of these people we're going to deport? Because we will be deporting them. So that particular airline that I mentioned is an airline that is used for other things as well, but mainly by the United States for deporting people. So they deported some to the Eastern Caribbean today, not just this week, today. And from what I am hearing, there are going to be other deportations sooner rather than later. So not in the next few months. It could be as soon as within the next few hours that you are going to have further deportations to the Eastern Caribbean in specific. And we know that Grenada is within the Eastern Caribbean. Yeah? So we need to find out from the Grenadian authorities what is the status of the arrangement, of the agreement, of that memorandum of understanding that they signed, because they did state that they signed that MOU with the United States. We need to find out where we as Grenadians are at with that. Right now, the Prime Minister of Grenada is in the United States. Yeah, he's still up there as far as we know. You know, sometimes he does be in one place and end up in a totally different place. But as far as we know, he's supposed to be in the United States right now. So, we need to know what is the present situation with that memorandum of understanding. We need to find out if Grenada will soon be receiving its tranche of these individuals. Remember, after refusing to take these people when first approached, remember the Attorney General saying that they refused that request and then another request came. After refusing, now they're trying to sell it to us as though it is the best thing since sliced bread. These people that Grenada are going to be getting are going to be people that are competent in different areas for construction and so on. So they're going to come and they're going to be working in different fields and so on. That is what we were being told. What we are not being told is who is going to have to provide the housing for these people. Is it us, the Grenadian people, that already ain't getting with 500 houses a year, and now they're trying to change the story? Is it us, the same people who are not getting with 500 houses a year, who are going to have to find places to put these people? Are we going to end up with these people out on the street? Because I was walking through in the south of the island this week. And I'm telling you, and when I say this week, you know I'm talking about yesterday. And in the short space of time where I meet these people who, by and large, we may consider to have gone into vagrancy, that approach me asking for $1. In less than 15 minutes, 3 of them approach me asking for $1. It says something is happening within our society that we need to keep an eye on, that we need to check on. That is not something that we are accustomed to in Grenada. Yet still we see that happening. And you have to ask yourself, why is that happening? what is causing that to happen? Obviously, I can tell you that from the approach of these individuals, it wasn't people that just mental or something. And from their appearance, it seems to be that they have some chemical problems. Yeah, some problems with chemicals. I'll put it like that. So there is an issue that is going on in our country at this point in time that is causing that sort of thing. 3 different ones within the space of 15 minutes? Nah, something definitely wrong. Something definitely wrong. And if it was 3 that are accustomed seeing, that was one thing. But 2 out of them are people that I never saw before. And I frequent the particular area that I saw these people, and the 2 of them are people that I never saw before. So you already have your local issues dealing with, and you're going to end up with people that are going to be deported from the United States into Grenada at this point in time. People who we the public, we're not aware of their background. We're not even sure if the authorities that are going to be receiving them will be made fully aware of their background. Is it just that they have immigration breaches? They've breached the immigration laws in the United States, and that is why they're being sent to Grenada. And sent to Grenada they will be. This is not a matter of if or if not. It is simply a matter of when these people will be sent to Grenada. So St. Kitts, I give you down to the flight number and the time that the plane land. 12:45. Yeah? I give you the carrier, the people that operate that flight, those flights. And I give you the plane number and all. Because I know what I'm talking about. So when I tell you that it is happening in St. Kitts, we have to ask ourselves what is coming our direction. Because even with these people arriving in St. Kitts, they don't know where to put in these people. Is it the government going to have to find place and put them? Are they going to have to find housing specific for these people? How many people is there an intention to send to Grenada? Is there an intention? Because there are a lot of people that the United States is deporting. Are they going to deport to us 15,000 people? Is it going to be 10,000 people? How will that affect things here in Grenada? How will that affect our culture? Are these people going to come and be willing to assimilate with our culture or come and try to enforce their particular culture on us? A short while ago, I was looking at a video from some friends of mine in the Turks and Caicos Islands, where and it's strange, they're trying to enforce the law in relation to having a flag on your vehicle, because they have a law there that says when you have a flag on your vehicle, you must also fly the flag of the Turks and Caicos. So if you're flying a flag on your vehicle, you must fly one of the country itself. So you can't go to Turks and Caicos and fly a Grenada flag without flying a Turks and Caicos flag at the same time. And you must fly the Turks and Caicos flag on the right-hand side, and it must be as big or bigger than the flag from the other country. Or you could go to jail for 6 months or pay 5,000 US. Yeah, that's the law in Turks and Caicos. I have to check what the flag etiquette with vehicles is here in Grenada, but that's the law in Turks and Caicos. Because they found that too many people are coming and changing. For instance, there are large voting blocks now in the Turks and Caicos of people who are coming from Haiti and the Dominican Republic. And these groups of people are so large that they decide the outcome of elections in the Turks and Caicos as much, and maybe even more in some instances in certain areas, than the people who historically have been Turks and Caicos Islanders. And that's what we're seeing there. So with the arrangement with the United States, is it a situation that we are going to see similar taking place here in Grenada? Are we going to say to them, okay, send the people, but we don't want any Haitians? Are we going to say that to them? Haiti's a CARICOM member. Are we going to say to them, send, but don't send any Haitians? Because they are deporting quite a significant amount of Haitians. a significant amount of them, they are deporting out of the United States. They have quite a bit in holding. Are we going to say, well, don't send anybody from Ecuador or Guatemala or those other countries that have MS-13, that international gang that is known for the violence and all of that? Are we going to say, well, we don't want anybody from those countries? Do we have a choice in which countries these individuals are coming from? And when they get here, how are they going to be maintained? Is the state of Grenada going to be spending money for groceries and for utilities, etc., for these people on a daily basis? Or are you going to put them in prison here? Are you going to accept them into Grenada and just put them in the prison system here? Well, you can't do that. They've committed a crime. And you were in an arrangement with the United States to send them here. So there are quite a lot of questions that remain to be answered in relation to this. And there have been opportunities to ask these questions of the Grenadian Prime Minister. But you see, there's something that I have recognized since year one of the NDC administration. Hence the reason I personally do not go to the activities that this government have. Because I realize all activities now have turned to full NDC rallies, NDC meetings. It have no Grenada National Town Hall. You have NDC meetings. They come out in their t-shirts, they come out with their caps, they come out. The only thing that doesn't work with is NDC flag. And maybe I just didn't see it. So I don't go to any of these things that they have locally. If you want to go, I'm not saying don't go, but I don't go to their activities. Yeah, because I realize it is not a government activity, but these things are seriously geared towards the political party. So they go to say that they go. Yeah? So that they could say that we meet with the people and we talk with the people and so on. But the people that they meet with and the people that they talk with are their people. They meet with the people, they more meet with we as in their people. So I don't waste my time, but we have questions. Because this is a serious question because it's going to affect each and every one of us in this country. We already have many questions surrounding the electoral system here in Grenada. Many questions surrounding the present state of the electoral system here in Grenada. What is the present state of it? Because we're hearing things every now and again. You're hearing they can't register people here or they can't register people there. You're hearing stories every now and again. I hope right now, and folks, hit me a WhatsApp. You could still WhatsApp me on 421-7279. You can send a WhatsApp. I just can't receive a call there. But you could send the WhatsApp message to me there. And I will be able to see it, yeah? So you could WhatsApp message me there. And I'd be able to see the message. But I can't take the call. The calls, the system that I usually use to take the calls, again, is down. And you know, since it's down, I need to, I'll leave it up. Yes, but since it's down, I should really take down that thing, you know. Yeah, but I'll take it down in a while. All right? Yeah. So we need to find out what is going on with that particular issue, because from time to time, there are different issues that come up that, again, we need to ensure that we follow up on. And I think, Nutmeg State, good night to you. Yes, I see the messages now. I just put it up so I can see the messages, but I still can't receive the calls. Yeah. So, yeah. So we have to ask ourselves what is really going on with these things. What is taking place with these things? Because we go quiet, and if we don't ask the question, the government doesn't answer. If we did not make noise recently, you know that investigation was not going to take place. That it would have stayed right there, and it would have say everybody forget that. So we had to make noise in relation to that to get something to happen. So again, we ask of the administration And we have good friends in the media who we know listen to this program every night. And we're giving you all questions that you all can ask of the leadership of this country. What is the status regarding the United States request? Well, we can't talk radar again because we realize that like that dead. We don't know if it's dead or not. It could still be alive. We don't know. Let them tell us that it's dead. Of the request by the United States to Grenada. Yeah, you could ask about the radar. I believe it might be dead, but we don't know. It might still be an operational and live request that is still on the table. It might still be. But what we do know for a fact is soon we shall be seeing some of these deportees arriving in Grenada who are not Grenadian, have no connection to Grenada, have no family. Some of them may not even have known of Grenada before they're being told they're coming here. Because it's not only West Indians. So it's not only Jamaicans and Belizeans and South Americans being sent here. It's going to be people from different parts of Africa. It's going to be people from different parts of Asia and the Middle East who may decide that they don't want to go back there and end up being sent to Grenada instead. So that is something that's on the table that we as Grenadians need to find out exactly what is going on with. And there are many others, but that's just one. Yeah? That's just one. And again, folks, you can message us, but we can't take the calls. We're sorry about that. But due to no fault of our own, the system is down for tonight. Yeah, it's WhatsApp seems to have changed the settings on us overnight, yeah? But while they've changed the settings, let me let you all know of this meeting that is coming up on, let me see, this one is Thursday. Yeah, there's a meeting coming up Thursday. So those of you in St. George Northwest, let me just hear the city. These people are Davis Kixie. I'll talk about our just now. Yeah, so let's connect. That is taking place in Bujeju by the Long Wall. All right, that's taking place this Thursday from 6:30 p.m. Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell, the parliamentary representative for St. George Northwest and chairman of the New National Party, and best of all, former Prime Minister, former Prime Minister of Grenada. Yeah, and Dr. Adrian Joseph, the candidate for St. George Northwest. They will be having that meeting taking place at Long Wall in Bujeju, and that will be taking place this Thursday starting at 6:30 p.m. And indeed, those of you in the surrounding areas, those of you in Brizan and Bujeju, and those of you, yeah, whether you're in Molyneux and all them kind of thing, you could head on across to that Mount Moritz, you could come on down Happy Hill, you could go across Shenda. Yeah, all of you, you could go on over. And Woodford, or you could even come, Woodford people, or you could come down, you know. Because it's these two men that are fighting for all you right now. Yeah, you could come on down and check them out. All you're supposed to have an MP up there, but them ain't bother him to all you. So all you could come on down and listen to these two gentlemen. Yeah, and it wouldn't be them alone. There'll be other people passing through as well. So that's Let's Connect. And it's taking place at Bujeju Long Wall this Thursday from 6:30 p.m. All right, so they're looking forward to seeing you all there. No, it's not going to be broadcast live, so we have in program. Yeah, we have in program. Don't worry about that one. Also, folks, tomorrow night, it's NNP Connect, and I tell all you, get in all your bus, all your car, all your truck, all your van. We're riding donkey and all if we had to go up. We're heading up to NNP Connect. That's in Bylands Primary School starting at 6:30 p.m. tomorrow. All right. And that's up in St. Andrew Northwest. Teacher Marcia Francis. Teacher Lisa, good evening to you. All right. So she will be staging that meeting, and she'll be accompanied by former Prime Minister Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell, other candidates in the form of St. Patrick East candidate, Mr. Robert White. Unless you have to be thinking with them constituencies and them now, boy. St. Andrew Northeast candidate, the Honorable Kate Skeeter Lewis Peters, and political leader of the New National Party, will be doing the feature address at the end. That's the Honorable Emlyn Pear. So that is at the Bylands Primary School from 6:30 p.m. tomorrow. Olio, go and show number 10 what time it is. Olivera, go up, we show number 10 what time. Let she enjoy she last few weeks and things as I MP now. Enjoy it, you know, because I your last few weeks ever in Parliament, you know. Yes, you, number 10. The only way you enter in Parliament after election is as a visitor to the visitors gallery. You don't enter in as an MP again. Let me just tell you from now. I can guarantee you that I'm taking bets through the National Lottery Authority, of course. But I'm taking bets. The only way you enter in Parliament again after this next general election is as a visitor in the visitors gallery. Definitely will not be on the floor of Parliament. That's a guarantee. Your cocktail sure. Teacher Lisa, you and the crew. Kaya, you and the crew up there, do the work. Not just to win, you know, but prove a point. Because in Barbados, they just passed some legislation. In case you all don't know, they passed some legislation in Barbados recently where if you leave a political party, you're elected into Parliament on the ticket of a particular political party, so that political party, they have paid for your campaign. They paid for the rallies and the meetings. They paid for the t-shirts and the other paraphernalia. They paid for all the different things, all your workers on election day. The political party paid for that. They paid for the field workers to canvass for you before. And they paid for the election day workers to make sure that you win. And after you win, you tell the political party all the tale and you go on and join another political party? No. In Barbados, they have passed a law that says that if you want to leave, you have to resign the seat. Because you ain't win the seat on your own. Because I know for a fact, same number 10, I know of several people that did not want to vote for her, that this guy here, convinced to go and vote. I spoke to them personally and told them, no, you have to go and vote. They didn't want to vote for her. They did it. Some of them, they say, Dr. Mitchell. And some of them went and they said, NNP. I'm an NNPite. Say, I can't take the woman on, no. But I go in and vote. So after they do that, you can't take the vote and decide you go in the party that they vote against. No. And I'm saying that Grenada should consider similar legislation. Trinidad had this as well. I remember when Jack Warner was in the UNC as part of the government that they had there, what they call themselves, not Team Unity. Team Unity is St. Kitts. But the conglomeration that they had, that had formed the government at that time, and he fell out of favor and was leaving, that he had to resign the seat, force a by-election. He was able to win the by-election and go back. So if you know you was so bad, what you should have do is force a by-election and run on your own with your own resources. You can take people money, take people vote and do what you want with it at the end of the day. No. If you're leaving, leave. And that goes for Tongue too, you know. That goes for the Tongue of St. George too. Because the party, a lot of people, it is the party. So you can't disrespect these people, vote and go if you want to leave. The party on whose ballot you've been elected on election day, my personal belief, resign. Not just from the party, resign from the parliament and force a by-election and run it. Run it. Go and run it. And see how you fare. That's how I see it. Yeah? So Barbados has passed the legislation. I believe there is similar legislation in Trinidad. I'm not sure for other countries. But I know Barbados definitely has it now. Trinidad has something so as well. So it might be something that Grenada should look at. Okay, you can't have people doing them kind of thing. No. You can't have people doing them kind of thing. So I'm telling you all, tomorrow is up in St. Andrew, Northwest. So I expect a lot of you to be up there. I know a lot of you does go normally to all the meetings. But I'm saying for this one, I want you all to send a specific message. I want you all to send a specific message. Don't take we vote and play with it. Don't make us get up early on election morning and go and stain with finger. And then you decide what you going and do with our vote. It's not your vote. It's we own. Because folks, remember election day, what I told you already. Election day, everybody start on zero. You could have win by 2,000 the election before. But when election morning and the ballots open, all box empty. The only box that's have vote in it is from the police and election day workers. All boxes empty. Everybody starts on zero. Everybody. So all who feel they have how much vote in the bag, all who feel that they win this last time and they win by how much, all you go learn. All you go learn. I would necessarily say the hard way, but all you go learn. Yes, so folks, remember tomorrow, you're heading up by Teacher Lisa. All right, St. Andrew.
There we go.
And we're saying a special good night to the Grenadian diaspora. You know, it's amazing. Some of them just feel that how the NDC, because they put out this and they put out that, that they in control of the diaspora. They go learn a lesson on that too.
I don't like it. Politics.
Let me just say to those of you in the diaspora who intend to come home and vote whenever elections are called, whether sooner, whether not so sooner, or whether later, whenever elections are called, those of you that have the intention of coming home and vote, make sure that before you do that, you truly find out what's going on in Grenada. Speak to the people who live in Grenada and who are going through it in Grenada. And some of you know, Some of you know. But the problem is some of you bad mind to your own self. You want to cut off your nose to spite your face. I see the size of my nose, me cutting it off for nothing. But some of you want to cut off your nose to spite your face. You all know better. And some of you, I must admit, do not know what is going on and are being bamboozled by the AI that's being put out there and by the comments that are being pushed to you and you don't know. And there are many who do know, because there are some people, you find out sometime what's going on in Grenada from some people in the diaspora. Somebody faint here in Grenada, and before the person could hit the ground, somebody pick up the phone from Brooklyn and call you, hey, what happened to that man? I hear you for long. That man good. So we know that many of you do know what is going on home. And if you are fully aware of what is going on home here, there is no way that you can tell me that you will vote for the NDC. No way. If you are truly aware of what is going on in our country right now, if you are truly aware of what is taking place with the Grenadian economy, imagine there is a crisis right now in relation to the availability of aviation fuel that is causing problems with flights, some airlines. You have some airlines rerouting and canceling routes. In fact, I saw that American Airlines canceled one of the Caribbean routes today. They canceled a particular flight from the US. I can't remember the exact location in the US to Barbados. They've canceled that flight. Not postponed, not rescheduled. They've canceled that route totally, starting a little later in the year. And there are reasons for that. Because right now, you see this government, they're depending on, we won't get a pile of money. during Spice Mass. But what is happening? I know of several people who were booking from the UK, the US, Canada, etc. They were looking to book to come into Grenada for Spice Mass. Now when they see the price of the tickets, considering the increase in airline travel and so on, when they're seeing the increase in the price of the tickets, they've had to say, nah, I'm going to try next year. Let me see if the price go down next year. And some of these people are people that booked Airbnb, etc., booked apartments in Grenada for the carnival season, and they ain't coming again. And I'm pretty sure many of you who are listening to this program right now know of people that are in that situation. Because many of them didn't buy the flights yet. They're waiting for when flights open and then look and, yeah boy, I think the flight right now, I go take that one. And what has been happening is that you're seeing the price of the flights increasing. And then, if what is going on continues, carriers like JetBlue and American Airlines are going to focus on their domestic market, and they're going to cut some of the flights to the Caribbean region. Because you're not right now, remember, you're in the hurricane season, you're not even in the tourist season now. You're in the hurricane season. So it's very likely you'll see some of them cutting flights coming into the region, which is going to affect what? Our tourism dollars. You already have the issues surrounding the CBI program. Now you're having issues surrounding tourism, not of our own making. Let me just admit that it's not of our own making, but it is happening. So you have to prepare for what is coming. We hope that many Grenadians would find a way and be sure that they come home for Spice Mass. But then some people want them come next month. Yeah, next month, and it's not that far away. Homecoming is next month, just a few weeks away. So they want a set of them to come next month. Some folks say they think that is election that calling that point in time. I say expect election anytime 21 days from now. And stop thinking that election is in July, an election is in August, an election, no. Election, as far as you are concerned, is 21 days from now. And if elections are called 21 days from now, because you don't know if the Prime Minister go up there and collect the date from the people up there. So, you have to prepare for elections at any point in time. They could make all the talk they want. They could talk about how the Prime Minister going and running Northwest. He ain't going to forget them and them nonsense. He could go, you know. I wish he go. Let Adrian give him one cocktail day. He talking about doctors on the West. That doctor who gave him so much licks there, he go need another type of doctor. Yeah? In fact, not only that doctor beating him, you know, the two doctors holding him and beat him like a boboli on Good Friday. Real blows in the streets of Guave or up in Mount Moritz. Real licks. So he should go in truth. Because Nolin go gave him some lashings and David anyway. So maybe he don't want to get licks from a woman, he want to go and get from a man. Go in Northwest. Go in Northwest and take that licks. Yeah? Because you have to make sure, because see, what I don't want here, and that's why I'm very careful with this particular issue. I don't want us to become complacent. I don't want us keep thinking that we have a lot of time. Operate as though you're out of time. Stop thinking that you have, when he announced the date, I go have a couple days to go and register. Nonsense. Stupidness. Dwarfishness. Don't come and say that. You don't have no time. Because he doesn't need to give any time. Once their people are registered, you think they care about you? Why would they give you time to go and register? Your one vote might be the vote that makes sure they don't win a particular seat. Why would they chance that and give you the opportunity to go and register? They don't have to do it. So we can't sit down and be saying, well, we won't get the chance to go and... No, go and register now. Your children have turned 18. They was lucky to be born in April like me. So they've turned 18. let them go and register. And as I talk about birthday, let me send a very special happy birthday early, because I know tomorrow is your birthday, to Marilyn Ferguson. Happy birthday to you, Marilyn Ferguson. Fergie, happy birthday to you in advance. By just 3 hours, by just 3 hours, we are giving you advance birthday greetings. All right? Yeah. So I'm saying we can't be operating as if election is next year. I know the political party that I am part of, and I know that the party is ready. I know that if elections are called tonight, that the NNP is fully ready to take the reins of power in this country in 21 days. Fully ready, with a competent team of people. So I know that the party is ready. Are you ready? Because I come and I speak on this program until my voice go. I come and I speak on this program until my throat gets sore. I come and I speak on this program over and over and over like an old-time 45 record. Over and over, reminding you, check the voters list, check the voters list, check the voters list, check the voters list, and how many people have gone and done it? How many people have taken the time and gone over the voters list for their area? How many of you, because remember, and I need to let you all know this as well, it is not a situation where you cannot go now and make a complaint about somebody that you see on the voters list that shouldn't be there. You could do that now. It's not just within that. Listen, let me explain it like this. Patty and Matthew in Canada, good night to both of you. I think some folks got kind of confused with something that we've been saying on the program here. And I blame myself because I should have been more clear. Sun Tzu say, if your troops don't understand the message, you have to check yourself first and see if you put out the message properly. And I believe I did not put it out properly. When the addendum to the voters list came out, in other words, the list that shows only people registered between January 1st and March 31st, there was 7 days after that, and you know my argument about the 7 days, but there was 7 days after that where people could have looked at just that list, not the whole list at that time. You can look at the whole list, but in that list in specific, you look there, you see who shouldn't be there, and you say, well, okay, these people need to come out, and you make that report to the electoral office so that those names are held back from going on the main list. And they do the investigations and so to make sure what is the situation with these people. So those names are held back, they don't go onto the main list. Now, even outside of that period, if you're seeing names there, you can still make a complaint. So I know many of you have been saying to me, Sheldon, we're seeing people who have died. And I keep saying, there are forms, there are forms, get the forms, or at least get the names. And even if you want to get the names to me, I'll make it easy to you. If you want to get the names to me, you all know how to WhatsApp me, message me, and so on. You all know all my numbers. Get the names to me, not just the name, and if you know where that person is where they registered, the name, and whatever other information you can give, so that I can pass it on to the constituency representatives so that they can do the work that is necessary. Yeah? But get the information. We don't know. So we know a lot of folks, from what we're hearing, are supposed to be coming into the country next month for the homecoming. If you believe that is when the election is taking place, are you ready? And with the price of the tickets and people cancelling coming for the carnival and all kind of thing already, are you sure that the amount of people that they are expecting to come, and who is paying for the tickets for these people to come? That's another question, you know. Are these people paying their own tickets to come for the Grenada homecoming? Or is the government of Grenada offering flights to these people to come? And some of these people need also to remember, according to your status, if you're in the United States, you have to be careful how you're leaving and coming to Grenada, because you may very well find yourself in problems when you're trying to go back. You may not even be able to go back. Because we've had this situation where people have lost their visas in the last week or so. Yeah, we've had this situation. Right. So someone is saying what you're saying is absolutely true. The flights from my area to Grenada for this season is almost 4,000 Canadian per person. I have friends who were about to buy their tickets but had to change their minds because they couldn't afford. Yeah? So that is one person in Canada who's telling me now that the price of the tickets are 4,000 Canadian per person. So they ain't coming for that. They 4,000 per person, and he was going and bring the children and so to come and see grandma and so for the nah. They ain't paying that kind of money and come. Where they finding it to pay that kind of money and come down? You can't go a single fet. You only have to play job when you come down. You can't go nothing else. Unless you are very wealthy. But that is the situation that many people have found themselves in when it comes to the carnival. And we have to understand. We have to understand this thing. It is not the NNP calling the election date. It is the NDC calling the election date. And again, folks, just a reminder, because I see the other thing there. We can't take any calls because the system is down. So we can't take any other calls on WhatsApp. We could read messages, but we can't take the calls. So I'm just seeing like I missed the call, but I can't take the calls on the WhatsApp. The two systems are down. Yeah. So I'm saying, and I lost the trend of thought there, but we have, right, so someone else is saying, yes, since the war started, over 1 million flights have been cancelled worldwide. And again, that's not just in the Middle East. You may think that what is happening there is just flights being cancelled in the Middle East. Joke you're making. If these airlines find that they ain't getting the volume to leave the United States and come to Grenada, you feel like coming down here with a half-empty plane? You feel like coming down here with a plane only 2/3 filled? They ain't doing it. Yeah? They'll cancel that flight and wait for our next flight to try and make a full one to come down. I've heard of people in the UK that are trying to book flights to come for the carnival and just say, when they see the price aid, they say, not in hell, I'll go wait until next year. Or they're going to wait until Christmas and see if the flights, the price of the flights go down from what it is now. And imagine they wait until Christmas, another time that the prices be high. But even then, they think it might be lower than it is right now to come into Grenada for the carnival season. So we're facing a myriad of problems. There are many Grenadian citizens who are in the US, who are green card holders. Some have full citizenship. Some are holding visas. Them lucky. But they know that if they step out of the United States to come to Grenada right now, they know they can't go back. Especially if they come during election time. They know they can't go back. Because the Trump administration go say, oh, election going on, and so that means you still hold Grenadian citizenship. Well, if you're holding US citizenship, you know that according to US law, you're not supposed to be holding Grenadian citizenship. So how could you be voting in an election in a country that you don't hold citizenship? Nor do you hold residency because you're living in the United States. So they can find themselves in problems. So we have to do our work here. We have to do our work here in Grenada. But we also have to inform. Be truthful to your friends and family out there. To your ex-schoolmates. Yeah? Be truthful to them in the diaspora and let them know the truth of what is going on in Grenada. Because there are some people that are trying to give the impression that Grenada have milk and honey flowing. Because you look at the moves that this government continues to make. And I I'm reticent to call them a government because what they're doing there is not governing. I don't even want to call them that because they're not really a government. And another person is telling me, Sheldon, from the UK to Grenada on Carnival is roughly £2,000. So that is about 6,000 EC. £2,000 per person. That is not a family that's traveling there. £2,000 from the UK to Grenada. You going and you think your family member they could send that money for you to go and do something, rather than say they come in to go and drink rum for the carnival. And there are things that they can do in the UK with that money, rather than say they come in to drink rum for the carnival. There are those who may have bought their tickets at a point in time that the price was reasonable. Lucky them. If the tickets were available, lucky them. But imagine for the others. Yeah, even for those of us that may have to go to the UK, it's prohibitive at this point in time. Yeah, the price has gone up by nearly 1/3. So it's prohibitive at this point in time. So we need to do what we have to do here in Grenada. We need to do so, and we need to do that now. Yeah? So let me remind you all again, we can get the messages, but we can't get the calls. There's something with WhatsApp. Both the 4407377 number and the 4217279 numbers are down. I cannot see the messages on the 4407377, but you can still WhatsApp me on 4217279. You can send a WhatsApp message, but I can't take the calls because the system is giving a problem, so I wouldn't be able to take the calls there.
Why the hell food prices gone up so fast? Transformation in we mass. The people balling.
So please take this thing out of your mind of election being a distant something. Election is just now. Prepare for just now, because if you prepare for it and say election is next year, and therefore you take your time and you think, hey, I have how much months to prepare, and so on, you start to operate in a lackadaisy, vai type of way. An election comes soon, you will be caught with what they call your proverbial pants down. Be caught with your boots on. Yeah, not with your pants down. So prepare as though it is now. Because I'll tell you something, they're canvassing, you know. NDC people out there. Some of you know it. They're passing some of you all play straight because they know who you are. But they're out there. Don't get it twisted. That don't mean NNP is not out there too. NNP out there doing their work. Don't be in a constituency and feel because I'm in this constituency or in that constituency, we win already. There are many people that thought they win already until the vote finished count election night, and then they realize that it's lose, they lose. I've seen around the Caribbean, because I've been involved in elections around the Caribbean. I live elections around the Caribbean. I've seen people who honestly believe that they win how much times before, and they go in and win an election night. Well, they get win. Yeah, they get real belly pain. Win pain. That's where they get election night. Because they just believe that they're going to win, and they didn't do the work that was necessary to win. Do the work. Yeah? Do the work.
Until me tanky can't even last. Transformation in we mass. But you driving wrong in dark tinted glass. Transformation in we mass. When I start to talk, you say in a fast. Transformation in we mass. Hey.
Someone is telling me a JFK to Grenada 2,100 flight for Carnival. That is US dollars for Carnival. JetBlue, I think so, yeah. Politics. So folks, no, we have to be careful with this thing. We have to understand what the possibilities are. And we have to work to understand what is taking place around us. And there's so many other issues that are taking place in Grenada at this point in time.
Right up to me like
and I don't want to forget what is taking place with the fishermen right now in places like Guave, because the fishermen are having an issue. One, they have reopened the market. The US has reopened the market for Grenada to sell fish back to the United States, right? Find out from the fishermen if the market that existed before is still there. Because I see some people walking around and pounding the chest, oh, we got the ban lifted, the ban that they've caused to end up being put on Grenada by not doing what they're supposed to do. The ban is lifted now, yeah. But where's the market? Where's the market for the fish? Because who they were selling to in the United States, do you really think? Come on, put on your thinking cap now. And I know people that listen to this program always have on the thinking cap. Do you really think that those companies and those people who are supplying fish to different companies in the United States, that they could have waited for Grenada to sort out this issue? Or they just tap into another market and start to buy fish from another market? Because right now, some of the markets that Grenada had in the US, they have lost. So the volume of fish that used to go up before is not going up again. They have to try and get back some of those markets right now. Yeah? They have to try and get back some of those markets. And here's what the fishermen are facing. I've seen video coming out of some of the other islands, Barbados. I've seen it coming out from Bakeway today. Wow, Bakeway is bad. With the sargassum. The fishermen facing the sargassum out there right now. And this year is particularly bad. Somebody promised me some pictures from Grenville with the sargassum up there, because I hear it have a problem up there. Bad, bad, bad. Start up again. Yeah? I know the net, they still can't find the net on them that they're supposed to have, and the boat that they say was in Guadeloupe. I stand up and watch Guadeloupe from St. Lucia already. It's Guadeloupe Friday. By the time you go up in the plane in St. Lucia, you're coming down in Grenada. So it's Friday. But 3 years now, they can't find the boat that it had in Guadeloupe. Ask David Andrew. The boat that they had in Guadeloupe to come and do the sargassum, they can't find it up to now. And they can't find the nets to go and capture it before it come on shore. Because in their mind, the mind of the NDC, as far as they are concerned, they are not concerned about the people of St. Andrew. They ain't care about them. So if every year the sargassum had to come in, blanket the whole area, the sea coast from Telescope going right down, Soubise, Marquis, all those areas there, and rotten, and people have to be smelling that, and the fishermen cannot go to sea as they're supposed to go to sea, them ain't care. They ain't care about St. Andrew people. They do not care about you all. And those who associate with them don't care about you either. Because they would have been battling for your rights, battling for your defense, battling for benefits for you, the people of St. Andrew. But they don't care about all you. Only thing those and them really care about all you, or they care about position. You all think any of them care about all you? They don't. It is the new National Party that has always cared for and looked after the concerns of the people of the big parish. And you see ever care about all you? They're running up in Telescope, up in Telescope. They're running up in Telescope like headless chicken, left, right, and center. Then this bowel movement, however they call themselves, send some lady now running around like a headless chicken, left, right, left, right, left, right. Say they have massive support, but only taking picture with one person at a time and feel they fooling somebody. Yeah, the person in the bowel movement. Check when they're putting up picture, it does come across my timeline all the time. Every time they're taking picture with one person or 3 people, and you realize they have to kind of sneak and take the picture and that kind of thing, and trying to give the impression, wow, we have so much support, and all you're going to lose all the deposit in that organization anyway. It's not up to me to tell all you don't run. That's all your business. But everyone, all you losing all the deposit, the election there. I not more money in the treasury, yeah, man. Yeah, well, go ahead. Go ahead and lose the deposit at your business. It's a free and democratic country. If you want to run, run. If you want to walk, walk and all. If you want to go and lie down, you can lie down too. Yeah, that's all your business. But don't mama guy the people of St. Andrew. Because I find this becoming a little too constant now. And these people, believe me, and that's why I keep saying that that organization is working along with the NDC. Because they know for a fact they can't win, you know. They know that. It's not like they're mental and they feel, well, yes, we could win. They know for a fact they can't win. But they're trying their very best to stick a knife in the NNP. Because if we on this program didn't put an end to the stupidness when they start up with, oh, this bunch of people resigning here and resigning there. All who come in with them, leave with them. But they was doing it the same way when they was leaving the NDC. And they leave the NDC and you hear, this week you hear that one resign. And then the next week you hear that one resign. And then afterwards you hear that one resign. And the effect that had on the NDC, they tried to do that to the NNP. So they was pushing that thing out there that, look, this one set of people resign here and that set of people, so all you come with, all you go with. And we won 15-0 without them in 2013. Yeah, so you figure it out. You figure it out. But at the end of the day, we have to understand that we have a country to save. Our fishermen are going through hell right now. The busmen. You heard one of the busmen call. 300 busmen out of 3,000. Those are how much that benefiting from the gas subsidy. And still, on the news, you realize that they can't even get the gas subsidy. That's how much months now they can't get it. But when the message is being sent out there to the diaspora, the message that's being sent to them is that, hey, busmen in Grenada happy. Because busmen in Grenada gain concession on parts and so on. Concession on what parts? The bus parts have gone up by 10% between 2024, March 2025, and March of 2026. Bus parts have gone up by 10%. That's everything, you know, not just brakes and brake fluid and coolant and them kind of thing, you know. Parts in general. When they have to go and change all the different parts on the vehicle, it has gone up significantly. So busmen catching the hell. Then they have to pay the $17, and the vast majority of them do not qualify for the rebate because they are not an active part of a bus organization. So the vast majority of them are not benefiting. It have one or two are benefiting, but the vast majority are not. But all of them, whether they're benefiting or not, had to pay the $17 for the gas. All of them had to pay $17 for the gas. Gas, diesel, if your bus was running on kerosene and all, $17. You had to pay for it. I don't think it's just them, because the same fishermen had to pay it too. Fishermen don't own the boat to go out to the water and fish again, you know. That is 1940s thing. Back when it had some German submarine passing around during World War II, that is when men used to oar boat and go out in the water to go and fish. That will happen again. It's not sails they're putting on. When last you see a Grenadian fishing boat throwing up a sail to go out and fish? When last any of you see that? A Grenadian fishing boat putting up a sail to go out to water to go and fish. It's engine these guys using. And therefore the fuel, they are affected by the fuel price. And when those up in Guave decide that they're going on strike, the main person who buying from them tell them, if all you go on strike, any all you see go and protest. The price of fish, that fish buying for or protesting about gas, are cutting all you off. We're not buying anything from all you. So you're threatening the people's livelihood to protect your political masters. You ain't seeing the eyes of these men children. You ain't seeing the wives that are at home waiting for them to come and bring something so they could feed the children. You're not seeing when they have to send the children to school and they have to hustle and struggle to get that dollar to send the children to school. You ain't seen that, but you're threatening them because they're asking for something that's better for them, the fishermen in St. John. Fishermen and busmen going through it. They are going through it. Because the cost of operation now and the cost of operation 4 years ago, during the period of the NNP, it was much cheaper for them to operate during that period of time than it is now. So if they're making the same amount of money, they are actually making less profit now. They have to pay, well, now it's not only 10% more because the price of that has been increasing without any measures being put in place to protect them. Because the concessionary measure does not reach 90% of the busmen in Grenada. So the vast majority of them not benefiting. As the same busmen, some of them want to go and cuss scam for you. Same busmen. Some of them want to go and cuss scam when they see her. Some of them want to give a talk. Yeah? Some of them want to go and give Cammy talk. Get Cammy, leave Cammy alone. But these days, all go there, all make the mistake and say something when one of Cammy's son stand up there. They go here, walk with. I don't tell you. But these are the situations that we're facing in our country, folks. Our busmen are facing it. Our fishermen are facing it. And we definitely have to have a government that understands and cares. Not just understands, Because I believe that it's not that the government doesn't understand. Because I believe you have people within there. Majority of them is Dodoi. But you have people within there. Yes, I'm saying it. The majority of them in that cabinet, there's a bunch of Dodoi. But you have at least two people that I might be able to point to inside there that have enough sense. They're supposed to understand what is going on and would be able to say, listen, this is negatively affecting people in this way. Let's fix it. Right. I'm just checking the chat here and I see some of you all selling some names. WhatsApp them name for me. When they send it in the chat, I go miss it. Message them name for me on 421-7279. Because when you send it in the chat, I go miss it. Alright. WhatsApp them to me. See, I have to be holding the phone in my hand tonight. Yeah, I have to hold the phone in my hand tonight. And some folks are asking here about the Ebola virus. Yeah. The government has not made a public statement on the hantavirus and the outbreak of Ebola in the Democratic Republic of Congo, the influx of people for their homecoming in late June to early July. What measures do they have in place to protect Grenadians? Very important question. Workers in supermarkets here have started wearing surgical gloves already. I'm sorry, for my homeland. And again, that's an important question because I know that when there was the Ebola risk before, that what the Ministry of Health under the NNP did was that they installed those scanners at the airport that when, and this was long before coronavirus, there was the Ebola scare, there was one or two other things that were going around. And the Ministry of Health installed some thermal scanners at the Maurice Bishop International Airport. So when the visitors came in, outside of filling out that particular form of where you've been in the last so much months and so on, because there's a scale of that, there was also that scanner that would detect higher than normal body temperatures, so that if you detected that somebody was having a higher than normal body temperature, they can be pulled aside, because they always have a doctor and medical people down the airport and so they could pull you aside and do what checks they need to do and that sort of thing, especially when the bigger flights coming in. They have those things there. So I know that was what was done during the period of the NNP. Yeah, but NNP does put in and the does take out, and after they take it out, when something come up, they put it back and do like it's the first time it ever exists. That's how it does operate. You saw them do it in the Ministry of Youth. They try to change names, so they take out the Youth Enterprise Program. They play around, play mawet with it, manje popo, play with it, and then they come back with it now and trying to give the impression this is the first time something like that happening. They take out the National Youth Awards. Then they go, they change it around now, and they come back talking about inaugural National Youth Awards. I see they send an email, after I shame them with it, they send an email saying, ignore the press release that was sent out. I'm not ignoring it. All you to lie. All you to lie. So when it comes to this issue, I don't want to sidetrack, when it comes to this issue of what is taking place with that, of course our government is silent. Because they don't know what to do. They're waiting for us to tell them what to do. And sometimes, I know people sometimes get upset. They say, Shalom Bali telling them what to do too much. We prefer, we say nothing, they do nothing, and Grenadians dead? Or we say something, they do something, and they save Grenadians? I prefer we say something and they save Grenadians. So I'm saying there was a thermal scanner on the airport, utilize it, because the Grenadian that could die could end up being one of us. So we have to be careful with this thing. You're hearing of the Ebola score, the hantavirus and that sort of thing. We're hearing these things. We have many Grenadians who are working on cruise ships and from time to time come home. Are there any measures that have been put in place for when such persons are coming back, that they are cleared medically when they arrive in Grenada? Because the same cruise ships that we have these noroviruses and the hantavirus and all these things taking place on, Grenadians working on nearly every one of them cruise ships. I may have mentioned this before. I was in Bosnia-Herzegovina in Sarajevo a few years ago. If you all know where Bosnia is and where Sarajevo is, I was actually in Sarajevo. After midnight, in a little bar, meet one of the natives from there. And the guy asked me for Rivers rum. So I want to know about what the hell. I'm in Sarajevo and a man asking me for Rivers. And the guy asked me for Rivers because he knew it from a Grenadian on a cruise ship that he used to work on. He used to bunk with Grenadians. So our spread is far. We have people all over the place. So what is being put in place so when these people are returning, not only for the homecoming, for Carnival? Because remember, for instance, the people who are coming from the UK and Europe that are passing through places like the airports in the UK, they are mixing and interacting with people that are coming out from the African countries, going to the African countries and so on. Some of the same countries that have the hantavirus and the Ebola and so on. You're meeting those people on the airport in the UK, you know. I ain't even talking about the US, but the UK. You're meeting a lot of those people from different countries when you reach there. You're interacting with them. You're going and sit down in a chair after they get up. You might even be going on the same plane that some of them come off to, that's being sent a different year to the spray and thing, but I ain't killing everything. Feel a little thing that's passed by in space, psst, killing everything. Joke they're making. So you are exposed. What is being done to protect Grenadians? Because if these things get loose here, you know what's going on. What is being done to protect Grenadians in these circumstances? Again, the government could just say, don't worry about that. That is not for us. That don't affecting us. No, we're not saying get scared and lock down the country. We're not saying that. We are saying, what are you doing to ensure that we stay protected in situations like this? What are you doing for us to make sure that we remain safe?
Politics, politics. Me closest neighbor stop tell me howdy. All because of.
Well, see, I realize, and Sunday was a classic, was it Sunday? It was a classic example of that. That these people within the NDC do not like you to ask questions. And when I say that, I'm speaking more of the hierarchy. I have many friends. Many friends who are supporters of the NDC. They support the NDC, but they love the Sheldon. And if you bad talk Sheldon around them, they might floor you. They support the NDC, but they love the Scotty. See, Scotty, that my boy. Okay, don't mix it up. Yeah? But at the same token, there is a pattern of behavior by the people within that organization. That when you ask uncomfortable questions for them, and it's uncomfortable because they are afraid of what the answer would be. If they're not afraid of what the answer would be, they should not be uncomfortable with any question. If they believe that their people are so honest and so decent, they should not be afraid of any question. But they are afraid of certain questions because I have a question for them. I have several questions. For instance, how is Grenada, with all the economic challenges that we are facing and projected to face? We have to hope the hurricane season behave itself. Hurricane season starting in less than 2 weeks. And we have to hope the hurricane season behave itself. Already a tropical wave and thing forming out there, but not coming out. That's a little thing out there. But we have to hope that the hurricane season behave itself because we're already facing challenges. So with those challenges, how is Grenada expected to fund Project 500, to be able to do Project 500 and also Project Polaris at the same time? How are you going to fund both of them? Both of them are billion-dollar projects. If you're going to do 500 houses a year over 5 years, that's a billion-dollar project. Because you're talking about land, you're talking about materials and so on. And they did say, even in this phase of building, that they had material that was coming, the wrong material, all kind of thing take place with material. So they waste a lot of money in doing what they did this time around. A lot of money was wasted as well. They said it, not me, about material that they was bringing and apparently was wrong material or material end up in the wrong place and it had to take how long they get to Grenada. So it ended up costing how much more. So it's not me saying, that is their project sponsor, Water and Certain Integrity Commission that say that. Not me. So how is Grenada, there's a question, how is Grenada going to fund both Project Polaris and that? And don't give us the thing that is investors funding Project Polaris. Grenada still has to come up with a couple $100 million well. How is Grenada going to fund that and still fund 500 houses? But you see, they really want you to remember in the 500 houses. They want you to forget that totally and focus on Project Polaris. Yeah? You could even call it Project Full of Risk. Not Project Polaris, Project Full of Risk. So it's Project Full of Risk. Because that's what it is. Outside of the fact that there was such a bush growing up there. The other question, I mentioned it a couple weeks ago, and I realized that seems as though we don't have much journalists in Grenada again, if we have any. And I say that without fear or favor. I've been involved in the media in Grenada for the last 30 years come this July. 30 years I've been involved in the media in Grenada. 30. Yeah, I'm that old. 30 years. Radio, TV, newspaper, online, you name it, I've done it. Only thing I can do is be a news anchor. I could do that if I already, That's the only thing I haven't done so far. So I'm asking here, the Kawana Bay, we know that they have now paid the investors. How much millions of dollars of Grenadian taxpayer dollars have gone to pay the investors? And if so, why so? Because as has been pointed out by our good friend Cadgington Hood, Grenada had nothing to do with that. That was between the developers and the investors. So we're still trying to figure out, first of all, how Grenada end up being the ones that have to pay the investors. The developers are the ones that collected the money from these people. So how does Grenada end up having to pay the investors? So the developers get to take the investors' money, and Grenada end up paying back the investors their money. And we don't know if they pay them back their exact money. We don't know if they pay them 1/3, 2/3, a half. If they paid them back with a 50% interest or a 10% interest, a 5% interest on top of what they spent, we don't know. We know the base figure there was, I think, 150,000 US. I think was the base figure per person, and you had 214 of them. 150 US. So you do your calculations. That's the base figure. Majority of them was actually 250 250 US. And these people, as admitted, have been paid by the government of Grenada. You and I have not been made aware of that fact. But they have been paid. So whether it's Project 500 or Project 17 as we could call it right now, because right now it's Project 17, not Project 500. Project 17 you had to call it. So there's Project 700, is Project Full of Risk, or it is the Kawana Kimpton debacle. We need to know how our tax money ended up paying back the investors while the debtors got away with their money and additional money from the government of Grenada. They didn't spend a good 11 million, but they got 22 million US from the government of Grenada for a case that Grenada would have won had they gone to the court, because everything was clear as day. So these people get somebody calling it Project Dollar Risk. That's Project Full of Risk. Oh boy, folks, I nearly tell all you calling her. I'm forgetting that I can't take the calls, man. I'm forgetting that I can't take the calls, eh?
Oh God, and this is of the blues. My people balling.
I'm just trying to read the comments here.
Mr. PM, please open up some doors. Why the hell food prices gone up so fast? Transformation in we mass.
And you see the UK government may ask supermarkets to freeze prices, yeah? And that's what's going on over there. The UK, the supermarkets now, they want to freeze their prices at a certain level to protect the consumer, because they know if they have to keep going up and up and up and up with the prices there, a lot of folks would not be able to survive. Eh? I know I was having a conversation when you're talking about the prices of food stuff, and so I was speaking with a good friend of mine over the weekend, and he was saying, listen, Sheldon, he thinks that a lot of folks do not fully understand when NNP speaks about the sugar and the price of sugar and how that affects the average person, that a lot of folks don't really understand where we're coming from with that, you know.
It on me enemy.
But remember, as poor as somebody may be, they could get some bush and they could brackish it with a little bit of sugar. So you could get some lemongrass, you boil that, and you brackish it with a little bit of sugar and you give the children to drink. Some soursop leaf and you give the children to drink. Some lime peel and you give the children to drink. You just brackish it a little bit with some sugar. But when you put sugar out of the reach of that person, what are you doing to them and the children? When you make it so expensive that that person cannot buy, to brackish the tea to get the children. And these are the people with the lowest income or no income. They can't even buy a little sugar to brackish the tea to give to the children. That is the effect of when you increase the price of the sugar. Yeah? Not just that, oh, sugar causing diabetes and all these kind of things, sugar causing this. So, okay, what is the replacement for the sugar? Because if you're speaking about honey, the price of that has gone up by over 20%. I think was the figure we saw last night. Over 20%. The price of honey has gone up. That gone up even more than sugar. So people can't afford that one at all. That one, the price sky high. And if you're talking about the artificial sweeteners, well, forget that. We can't afford that in this country. We can't afford it. That bottom line. I ain't even going into the price tonight because we can't afford it. And nothing is being done to make it affordable if you're doing that to sugar.
Politics.
Every one of us who come up in the not so wealthy and even some of the wealthy households, we know that is some honeysuckle, some mint tea, some fever grass, some soursop leaf. All of those kind of things we used to get with a little bit of sugar just to brackish it for us to drink. So when you go and you take away the sugar from the people, so they can't even do that for the children, what are you really doing to them?
For the local workers and make sure that you treat them right. Don't leave them balling, leave them out loose.
So it's not just that they increase, and even the water that they have to use to brackish it, they raise the price of that too. So the water you have to use, they increase the price of that. They increase the price of the sugar. Thank God you could still go and just pick I hope you have a place you could go and pick it, because some people have no place they could pick it. At least you could go and pick a 2 soursop leaf, or you go and pick a little bit of fever grass you might have outside.
Careful with the tons when you're picking rows. Why the hell you remove the cap from the gas? Transformation in we mass.
So let me give you a reminder again, folks. Remember that we're heading down to by Teacher Lisa tomorrow. Let me pull it up there and remind you all, we're heading by Teacher Lisa tomorrow. All right, nice. And that means that we will not be having program tomorrow night. We will be broadcasting that meeting instead. Yeah, the lovely Teacher Lisa. So we having Teacher Lisa tomorrow, right? And the doc will be there, Bobby will be there, Skeeter will be there, and our esteemed political leader, the Honorable Emlyn Pear, she will be there as well. All right, that's Bylands Primary School. So that's starting at 6:30 p.m. Folks, go and make sure you know, don't take all your vote and make my wet with it. Don't take all your vote and make my wet with it. Yeah? That is not the way, and then we don't operate like that today, then. I think we don't do them kind of stupidness. Yeah. Go and take people vote and go and make it my wet and all kind of thing with it.
Because that is one thing you regret. Because apart from all those gallant feds, yes, they do nothing yet. Canadians balling.
Also, folks, remember this one is going to be taking place on Thursday, starting at 6:30 p.m. So that's going to be at Longwall in Beaujeu. That's Let's Connect. And I think this evening there is also one taking place in Carriacou. It had one this tonight in Carriacou. I can't remember the exact location, but there was a meeting in Carriacou tonight as well. But this one, I'm going to pull it back up there. This one is taking place in Beaujeu at Longwall. So those of you in that area, you can head on out. Tati! Yeah, all you got is squad and go on across, man. Yeah, go on and see what's going on. Yeah, you understand?
Penthouse don't care what it costs. Transformation in we mass. If you love this song, well, raise up your glass.
And you have to understand when they say transformation, what they do now. Tell all you, they're taking everything that NNP was doing and they're just changing it around. They hold it off for a while. And they're hoping now that the minds of Grenadians would forget that, hey, this was something that NNP was doing, you know. And then they're bringing it back and dust it off, change the name and call it something new. So you had NNP were doing bathroom and toilets. And they did bathroom and toilets, not just in one area. They did it all over Grenada. So you had bathroom and toilets being done in St. David and St. George and Carriacou. I remember when Sister Kindra Matthew and Stewart was showing the toilets and bathroom that she did in Carriacou Petit Martinique. That is the same NDC people was crying out down. Where you showing? You build a toilet for somebody. Where you showing that for? Where you showing that for? The same people who right now, if they get a chance to put a camera inside the toilet bowl for when you're going and bend on it, they're taking a picture. They'll do it. That is how bad they is right now. But when NNP was taking pictures to say this is what we're doing, they had a problem with that. Yeah? When Honorable Kate Skeeter Lewis Peters was able to show the different things that she had going on in her constituency, they was upset with Honorable Kate. Oh, she only taking picture. Who taking more picture than them right now? Yeah? Who taking more? Them taking more picture than Modern Photo Studio back in the 1980s. On Christmas Eve. And all you know, Fraser's and Modern Photo Studio. All you remember when you started going inside the Christmas Eve and you dress up nice for Christmas Eve. So you used to go and take your picture. Them young people, they know what we're talking about. Yeah? You used to dress up in a nice dan. All the girls would tell you a nice little pepper seed bag and them. Girls that, Teresa. Yeah, when all used to have all a nice little pepper seed bag and go in. And fellas, what was the shoe they used to wear again? Not Timbers, you know, them shoe, they kind of heavy construction like shoe and thing, yeah. Them thing, shoe and thing with your big jeans and so. And they go in and take a picture for your Christmas Eve. Yeah. Right now, them different MPs in here, they see taking more pictures than the photo studio used to take at that point in time. On Christmas Eve, they're taking more pictures than that right now. You say go and take a picture for Christmas Eve and hope you get it for the new year. They ain't know about them kind of thing, man. They ain't know about them kind of thing. You gotta tell them young people about them kind of thing. They ain't know about going in town for Christmas and going and take a nice little picture and thing before you go and shop or while you're shopping and thing, ain't you? And wait for your picture to get developed and then go and pay, yeah, go and collect your packet with your pictures and them, ain't it? So folks, I'm hoping that over the during the night tonight, I'll stay up a bit and try to get to the bottom of what's taking place with the WhatsApp so that we can take our calls. So I'm hoping that I can do that during the night tonight. I just can't understand exactly what is taking place there. I'm getting the WhatsApp to open one way, but the other way where I could take the calls, I can't get it to open like that.
But just remember the local workers and make sure
So I'll be working on that overnight tonight. So hopefully, even if we don't have both of them, at least we could have one of them back up and operating by tomorrow night. Well, you know, tomorrow night we don't have show, but at least by Thursday we can have it. But at least I want it up and operating so I could check it during the day tomorrow and make sure that it's working. Yeah.
people balling with them all close. Get it. Oh God, baby G.
And folks, don't forget donations. Remember, we have electricity, we have different things we have to pay for. We have software that we use for the program on a nightly basis, and in some instances on a weekly basis, that every month we have to pay for. So we do have different software that we have to pay for. If some of you want to pay for the software for me, I'll go be glad. But we have different software that we have to pay for, and we have different things. Every now and again when you're hearing, like I'm doing the program and you're hearing, oh, there's noise. Sometimes it means that I have to go and buy cables to replace a cable because a cable may have broken or whatever it is. So I have to buy cables and replace it every now and again. What I tend to do is I don't just go and buy one cable. I buy 2 or 3. So if one goes bad, I put that one aside and I have another one that I could use immediately. That's why during the show, I'm able to shift sometimes. But of course, you're going to run out of cables every now and again, so you have to buy more. So there are different things that we have to do outside of the electricity, outside of different things here. Those are some of the things that we have to deal with. So just letting you all know. So you see the link here. Remember, you can go to this link and you can make your donation, whether it's $5, $20. Well, the $5, and I think the fee, by the time you pay the fee, the $5 ain't making much sense. But whether it's 10, 20, whatever it is that you want to donate, you can go to this link and you can donate there. It's up there. You could write it down. You type it in and you'll get the instructions of what to do. It's the same thing that's used for the Go to Fet when you're buying your tickets and so on. It's the same site. It's just another aspect of the site. So it's the same secure thing that you just buy a ticket for the different carnival fets or to go on the Ecstasy or to go in Reggae Fest and all those things for. Same site. So you can go there and you could go to this link. It will take you to that secure link that you can go and you can enter and you can make your donations, because we do always need your donations. We were lucky. One individual stepped forward and said, no, I can't hire sweat. You know right now that be bathing in sweat. Say, can't hire sweating like that. No. And they call the wonderful folks at Cool Tech is the name? Yeah. And they come across and they make sure and they set us up nicely. Some very decent young fellas come and they set us up very nice. I'd say check them out any day. Cool in Tech. Yeah, nice people. From the people who call you to the people who come and do the setup and thing, free advertising. Who come and do really excellent service. Yeah? So I'd say give them a call any point in time. Nice? Beautiful.
Have no fear. I'm gonna get there.
And folks, we're into the final 5 minutes of tonight's program.
Your expect.
Just want to remind again, folks, we are not the ones calling the election date. Be ready now. Not get ready. Be ready now. Yeah? Be ready now. You see me? I don't have it on the table here with me. And make sure I have my voter's ID. Make sure my name is on the list. Do not believe and don't let anybody fool you that if you don't have a voter's ID, you can't vote. Nonsense. Yeah, once your name is on the list, you can vote. The qualifying criteria for an elector for a Grenadian election is that your name is on the voters list, not that you have a voter's ID. And keep your eyes, want all of you to keep your eyes on what is going on with the electoral registration office in your area. Keep your eyes on what is going on there. Let me know. Message me. Like some of you does message me. Call me and let me know. One thing I'll tell you all, usually between 3 p.m. and when I do the show, it's very difficult to get me on the phone. Some of my good friends could tell you that, because that's the point in time that if I don't have everything put up, I'm putting up the stuff together, putting up the cameras and everything for the program. Or I might be gathering information for the program at that point in time, along with organizing JJ. Okay, you just come out from school, right? So I know some folks tend to call me around that time and they may say, well, you don't answer me. No, it's not that I don't answering. It's a bad time to call me. Yeah, anytime from 3 p.m. coming down to 8 when I'm doing the program, it is very, very important, call. But sometimes, according to what I'm doing, I can't really move away from it to answer the phone, because sometimes I'm listening over something that was said, trying to find a particular piece in it, or I'm searching for something. So it's kind of difficult at that point in time to answer the phone. So folks who tend to call during that period of time, it's not that I'm ignoring you, it's the worst time to call me. Anytime you see 3 o'clock each day going back, worst time to call me. Yeah, before that, like all 11, 12, 1, 2, yeah. After 8 in the morning, it's a bit difficult, but still I might be able to take it and call back. But you see, that time, the evening day, it's a difficult time for me. Yeah, nice.
The great Jehovah, so the green grass ceased to grow to allow the yellow vibes to flow.
So, folks, again, reminder, tomorrow night, somebody pick me up now. All roads go leading to Teacher Lisa. We're heading up by Teacher Lisa tomorrow, Yeah, I feel I want to go in Bylands, you know. Link up all your boy now. Yeah, link up all your boy.
We've waited in vain, hoping you'll ease this train, but you're now
to go and give Teacher Lisa more support. And those of you in Bylands and surrounding areas, make sure that you all come out in your numbers.
The cause of frustration. Past administration, chief of corruption.
In fact, I mustn't even get a seat anyway in the front, and I must have to go and stand up in the back. Yeah, ram the place.
Economic recession, the cause of
I ain't mine.
And economic recession, no employment for the ordinary man. When you trick us with campaign promises, we won't stay at ease.
So remember, if you believe that they're going to be calling elections in June, July, you know that you have to make yourself ready. But not just yourself, your friends, your family, everybody has to be ready.
Okay, the pipeline.
Your friends, your family out in the diaspora, make sure that they have the proper information, yeah?
We are looking into it. Never mind.
So you all realize when you counteract their nonsense with proper information, they tend to back down in a hole. So for instance, there's a reason that you don't hear them talking about chicken farm again. And we have to do the one on shrimp farm properly. Again, we did it before, twice before, but we have to do it again. Because we did the chicken farm. And a lot of them who was talking about chicken farm, they are nothing to say right now. They back off on that one. And you have to remember as well, while we say you could listen to anybody, listen to any program and so on, they are actively telling their people, don't listen to this program. They're listening, but they are actively telling their supporters, don't listen to that program, don't listen to that program, don't listen to that boy, don't listen to Sheldon, don't listen to he. Sheldon wicked, Sheldon this, Sheldon that. Don't listen to him. So they are actively telling their people, do not listen to this program. They have tried their very best to create this atmosphere of hate towards me as an individual and towards this program. Me ain't care. Who hate me. Them have to answer to God for that. So if you hate me, I have to answer to God for that. You have to answer to God for that. If you don't believe in God, you still have to answer to God for that. So what are you supposed to do? Go to sleep at night and say, oh God, they hate me, they don't like me. Oh God, I'm supposed to cry? Oh please, come on. If you don't like me, I don't care. I like me. I more than like me. I love me. And I know the Most High loves me. So if they don't like and they don't want to listen, that's up to them. But the truth resides here. The facts reside here. That is why we are able to do what we are doing. And as I said, in July, I would have been involved in public relations, the media, and so for 30 years. 30 years. Come July, myself and Linda Straker started at the same time in 1996. 30 years. I would be involved in the media. Not once have I ever been taken to court for anything I've said on this or any other program. Because I come with facts, the truth. Yeah? And they can't do anything about that except tell the people, don't listen. Folks, that's all the time we have for Talking Points tonight. It's been wonderful being here with you. In everything you say and do it safe and secure. Want to be speaking to and with you, and definitely not about you. Love each and every one of you. Remember, tomorrow we're heading out by Teacher Lisa starting 6:30 at the Bylands Primary School. Yes, that's Bylands Primary School, they call it. Yeah, Bylands. No, that's let's connect with the thing for Teacher Lisa. Hey, or you could go and hide just so. Yeah, let me just give you the quick reminder for Teacher Lisa. Yes, it's Bylands Primary School for Teacher Lisa. Oh, and folks, there's also an activity coming up in, what is the Guelph thing here? Yeah, there's an activity coming up in Guelph this Sunday. We're going to tell you more about that on Thursday. But there's an activity coming before Guelph. People pelt a big stone and knock me on my head. Yeah. Guelph, that is taking place this Sunday. This Sunday at Cuthbert Peters Park, they have a health fair. So head on out to that one. That's the women's arm of the St. John constituency branch. They have a health fair taking place up there. I asked them already if they're checking prostate. I want to know if they're checking prostate. Yeah, I want to know. Let me know. As embarrassing as that sounds. No, when you reach a certain age, you got to do it. Yeah, folks? So we'll be giving you some more information regarding that and other activities when we're back on Thursday. Tomorrow, you can tune in. Those of you that can't make it physically to Bylands, because right now we mini rally, all of you going up in Bylands, mini rally, let me roll, right? But those of you that cannot make it there, it will be broadcast on the Talking Points YouTube page, so you can look for it there tomorrow. All right, love you all.
You now refrain. They began with the blame game, giving NNP more fame. Past administration, the cause of frustration. Past administration, chief of corruption. Then to economic recession, we can't give you attention. Economic recession, the cause of poverty in the land. Economic recession, no employment for the ordinary man. When you trick us with campaign promises, we won't stay at ease. That's the way it is. We've waited in vain, hoping you'll ease this strain, but you now refrain. All your projects are stuck in a pipeline, but when asked, how is the country going? Oh, fine. We are looking into it. Never mind. Only projects in pipeline. No water to cool down the yellow temperature. When will they start? Please answer that. Oh, soon. Maybe by the next full moon. Although things are turning at a very slow pace, we now run no race. 5 years is a lot of space. It's just a few hungry people in a place and a few disgruntled green people with their vexed face. When you trick us with campaign promises, we won't stay at ease. That's the way it is. We've waited in vain, hoping you'll ease this strain, but you now refrain. Busy governing, busy managing, busy politicking, busy neglecting, busy inflicting poverty and hunger throughout Grenada. never be wrong. But you hold your yellow conviction strong, strong, strong. So why not send them advisors home? They're sucking money like water and foam. And rehire the Imanis. Less stress on the economy. You and Manchester hold up the country. You didn't see us down by the Bury when they sent SSU to between. Trick us with campaign promises. We won't say a tease. That's the way it is. We've waited in vain, hoping you'll list this strain. But you now refrain. You now refrain. So we've heard about your internal division, but some can't digest that one. Remember the man say he's an asset to the party. And will we vote you without him? You left him with Glenn alone. Maybe they cloned. And however, I foresee a pretensive unity that will mislead a lot just before the next ballot. But you guys will have to come real good, cause it's a long time Grenada I need to